it's Lee from ColouringQueen.net, and today I've got Colouring Heaven's Nouveau Fairies Special. Now this features 40 illustrations by Herb Leonhard, and Herb has been around illustrating for over 30 years. He's illustrated over 50 books and he lives in Germany. Now this one is his Nouveau Fairies, and this is issue 72. There seems to have gone something a little bit weird with the mail this month, and I've got issue 73 a couple of days ago and then issue 72 today. So I think things must have been held up at customs, which things around the world are still going slow. A lot of countries aren't mailing to different countries, so I guess we just all have to be patient during these times and sort of, you know, understand that there's going to be delays on certain things. So this one has got so many gorgeous images in it. The daffodil and pup, the dragon master. There's kind of something for everyone. Male fairies, female fairies, a variety of animals. And you don't often see older male fairies in colouring books. So something very different. And I like how all the images are framed. Of course, that's very Nouveau style and sort of very reminiscent of the artists that he's been inspired by. I was a little bit jealous reading his bio that he lives with horses and dogs and cats and chickens and all sorts of animals. So look at this, iris and the bat. So cute. Beautiful irises. I'm going to plant some of those today. So lots of animals and fairies and flowers to colour in this book. Nice dull black printing, and this really makes the best of the A4 pages with the border around it. Now the paper I believe is 100 GSM, so it's a thin to medium paper, but the great thing about it is because it's single-sided images, you can, of course, colour in markers. And these fairies would look great in markers. Now, if you're using watercolour, you might need to be a little bit careful with how much water you add to avoid the paper pilling. But you can always practice on one of the pictures that you don't like or that you're not so keen on and see how your style translates on the page, because we all sort of colour differently. What works for one person doesn't necessarily work for another. That's the great thing about being different. And I guess that's why we've got so many different brands of things. This gecko is gorgeous, isn't it? We have got so many geckos in Queensland. When I lived in other states, never seen a gecko until we moved here, and now they're everywhere. So the Queen of Dreams, look at this, you could just imagine that coloured in. So we've got some really dark lines to outline things, and then finer lines for the internal, with a really nice use of just little strokes for texture. It is a really lovely book, and it is really lovely to see so many men. Although, to be honest, I've never coloured a man, and I really don't know how to go about it, but I guess there's plenty of pictures in here to choose from, so there's plenty to practice on. So we've got the beautiful water lilies. And I love this one, the bumblebee. That's just gorgeous. I'd love to know how he chose which animal goes with which sort of flowers, like the racing snail. There's so much little detail in the corners of these pictures too. So it's A4 size paper, roughly, and the cover of it is colourable. It has gold foiling on it. These are really just stunning, aren't they? I love this tulip one too. I like how there's some images that have got really large elements in it, in case your eyesight's not the best. Now there's always a special offer from Colouring Heaven. This one is their Colouring Heaven Plus, which has basically got everything in it. Access to their digital club, where you get a digital download every week, and they have all sorts of things with that. A lot of 10% discounts on different things. The subscription to this special magazine, their Facebook group, and you also get little freebies, insider peeks and whatnot. And I tell you what, even if you're not a member of the club, if you join up to their newsletter, they always have super interesting things that they send out every week, like tutorials or interviews with colorists that they've done. So there's always something there to read every week. So that's it from me. Until next time, stay safe and happy colouring.